If I was to describe something as having full flavour, a bit of body, taste, and a very rarefied and dignified palate, I might be talking about wine. But no, equally I could be talking about this building. It's the Shore Winery, the Cellar door just outside of Canberra, and I've been told it's a building that needs to be sipped slowly to reveal its full potential. Creating architecture, I suppose, is a little bit like, creating a fine wine. You have to have years of experience. Nick here, you were faced with one of those dilemmas where the view was one side, the light was on the other.
Yep.
You had to make something beautiful. How did you unlock the flavour, the concept behind the design?
Well, it was really making a call in terms of what's more important, and the most important thing was really to celebrate the view. It's a cellar door, so what we needed to celebrate is the wine, which you can see on the southern side, the vineyards. Mm-hmm. We had a building that basically had two halves. It had one half on this side that had the views to the south, which you see, and it had another half where you had storage and those sort of things. The existing cellar door was in the background as well. And what we wanted to do was basically forget about the past, look into the future. So we're coming from the past into the future and then celebrating this view that we've got on the southern side with a really simple building.
And the key for unlocking the design really was this central, very strong concrete spine.
Absolutely. The concrete spine was something that introduced a very simple material, a very robust material, similar to wine. It's very simple ingredients at the end of the day. It's grapes. So the materials that made up the building was very simple.
And how many red wines did you go through coming up with this?
Oh, look, I'd rather not say. I think that we did use a few red wines to inspire us, and I think they did well.
If you want to create interest in architecture, you can start off with simple forms, an oblong, a square, but by creating some sort of wedge, some sort of angle, you create all these dynamic spaces which helps you move through a space. And the wedge here, Dean, that was critical to create all of these beautiful sensations.
It certainly was, Peter. The idea of that was to lead us through pinch points within the building. So we are in this vast entry. But as you dissect through the concrete wedge, the scale comes down and then it points you out into the tasting area, into the vista beyond.
So it's a subtle architectural trick to guide you through this building.
It certainly is, yes.
Limited palette,
Yep.
Concrete though the key.
It is the key, and it's what the client wanted. It's an off-white concrete. It's, I think, 250 cubes in 18 individual pours over 6 months.
Yeah, right. So you're now an expert in concrete as well.
I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but yes, I know a little bit about it.
Now, architects, they like to have a bit of a downtime, long lunches. Was there plenty of long lunches here?
There has been. I've been out here a few times since, so yeah, many wines have been enjoyed.
It looks like they've done pretty well too, plenty of medals.
Not bad at all, so I'd recommend to get out here and have a drop.
We've spoken about how good planning can guide you through a building. This is the end of the concrete wedge, and here we descend down to a subterranean level which is lit by something quite extraordinary. This space has got a real ecclesiastical feel, but instead of a stained glass window, take a look at that. It's 750 individual wine glasses put together by the sculptors Christy Rea and Peter Nilsson. Instead of turning water into wine, they've turned wine into light, and it leads to somewhere truly extraordinary. So I find myself now partly underground, surrounded by these beautiful vintage wines, and Nick, I dare say we could do some damage in here.
Absolutely, we could, and I think it would be a good process to go through.
So we've got an ancient barrel over there and some modern wine storage here.
The barrel is obviously when you're storing mass wine. It's really just to provide a connection between where the grapes and where the wine is coming from. But this is then, the packaged wine and where you store it. And it just provides a backdrop to the wall as well.
I think it's that time of the day.
Nice. What have you got for us? How did I know I was going to end up with a wine in my hand?
Got a Riesling and a Shiraz.
Yeah, right. Now this is a very special space for you, isn't it? Tell us.
About 12 months, nearly to the day, that I flew out and surprised my partner Lizzie and proposed just over there. And lucky enough, she said yes.
Well, I'm not sure whether you want a white or a red, but I've just taken it upon myself to pour ourselves some white. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Fantastic architecture, inspired by some great memories.
It is
Well done.
Thank you.